Chapter 2, Resurrection of the Great Elder. Master Jurak, do you know about the rainbow butterfly?
Let me see. Rainbow butterfly. I've heard of it. It's a very rare monster, but it's not evil at all.
We'd like to meet it if possible. What should we do?
They like Lafrecia flowers. You'll find the butterfly where the Lafrecia grows.
Really? Please, tell us, where does that flower bloom?
Now there, I'm not sure. If they're not in bloom already, you'll have to make them bloom.
Make them bloom? Ourselves?
Here, I'll give you this. Plant that in the woods, and a bud will grow. But it takes more than that for a flower to show. You'll need sundrops.
Sundrops?
They have the power to speed the growth of green things.
Where can we get them?
It's a kind of sap the monster Himara produces. You'll have to ask Ahimara.
Hang on. Ask a monster? That's nuts. How can we talk to a monster?
You must think of that yourselves.
What's this? Don't understand how to develop the future, you say? Okay. There's a command called Analysis on the Diorama menu, so just select that. You should be able to find the conditions for developing the future written out there. Future developments are written on large lamps on the left. If you fulfill all the conditions for that development, the lamp will light up. For each lamp you light up, something in the future will be changed. You just keep working at it. Help develop the future. Conditions marked with question marks will open up as you obtain more geostones. So, if you get stuck, just go explore deeper into the dungeons. You can check your total progress at the complete section of the Diorama Analysis. You can still move forward, even if you're not at 100%. But there's a surprise waiting for you if you get all the way to 100%. So you might want to try and find out what that is, eh? Among the conditions for developing the Diorama is one that requires you to obtain at least a certain number of culture points, or CP. The culture points shows the level of the culture in that area. You can check the culture points with Culture on the Diorama menu. To raise your culture points, the best thing to do is to build more buildings, but just building them won't get you that far. To milk more points out of the buildings, try doing different stuff, like adding chimneys and lamps. You know, make it nice and fancy. For example, rather than building 2 houses, you might be able to get more culture points out of 1 house with a lamp and a chimney, you know?
Welcome. My store is now open. Come in. Don't be shy. We have some rare monster transforming badges in for the grand opening. You'll buy one, won't you?
If I use this badge, I can transform into monsters. I can change myself into the Hamara monsters Jurak mentioned. Then we can mix in with them and maybe get our hands on that sun drop we need.
Got it! Nice! Then we'll be able to make the flower bloom.
So let's go to the forest floor where the Hamara monsters show up.
Okay!
I've been getting a lot of sun drops lately. Got so many they're coming out my ears. Take some from me, would ya? Here.
Is this a flower? It's huge!
It's a Lafretia.
What do you think these are?
Are you gonna touch it? Ew, don't do that!
It's fine, I'm sure.
These petals are huge. Actually, they're kind of gross.
Look!
That's the rainbow butterfly.
It's coming!
Out of the The blue? What'd we ever do?
So you're the ones that stopped me. Thank you.
Are you the one that they call Holly?
That's right. Holly is the name I went by as a human living among the little folk.
So that means your real form is the rainbow butterfly? Why did you appear to the Furbits in human form?
Well, you see, I wanted to thank them.
Thank them for what?
Originally, I too was a tiny butterfly. Once, when I still wasn't used to flying through the forest, I got caught in a huge spider web. I couldn't get out of the web no matter how much I struggled, so I just took a deep breath and resigned myself to my fate. Just at that moment, some Furbit folks came by and released me from the web. I was free. I flapped my wings with all my might and returned to the sky. They were waving as I flew off. They had saved my life, you see. My 7 saviors. The years passed. I grew and matured as a rainbow butterfly. As a monster, too, I found myself with plenty of magic powers. I used my powers of transformation to assume human form and approach them. I had wanted to give them something as a sign of my gratitude. But while I was living among them, I realized that the time I spent with them was more precious than anything. Before I knew it, I found myself wanting to spend the rest of my life as a human.
Then why'd you disappear? The Furbits really miss you.
Oh, that. There was sort of, an accident. A great, dark force from somewhere began to affect me. I was a monster, after all. And so this force awakened the powers of my original self buried deep within. I came to realize that I could never suppress the dark stirrings in my heart. There was nothing I could do but quietly leave their company. I've been hiding out in these woods, doing all I can to gain control of myself again. But the dark force got the best of me, and I was just a mindless monster when I attacked you.
So that's what happened, huh?
I can't go back to my old friends anymore. Would you please give them this letter?
Okay, I'll be sure to give it to them.
Perhaps the dark force that controlled me is what you'll be fighting from here on. It's an incredibly fearsome power. You must not lose against it. Please, win back our world. Well, I should be on my way. Goodbye.
I've remembered. I remember about Griffin.
You do? Tell us about him.
Griffin does not exist in our time. He shows up just a little in the memories of our distant ancestors. Seems he likes flowers.
Huh? Flowers?
That's what I remember anyway. I don't quite know the details. But Griffin was around in ancient times. He is sending some strong otherworldly powers into the present. He's controlling a lot of things.
So Griffin is controlling the monsters in this era from ancient times. Which means his world is that of the distant past.
That's right. So, Jurak, how far back in the past is Griffin?
I'm not really sure. You might want to ask Crest for the details.
Crest?
Crest, the great sage, the greatest and wisest sage of all in my era. With the moon crystal, he can use vast astrological powers. He can see everything that happens in the world.
Well, let's go and see him.
Yes, good idea, but it's not that easy.
Huh?
Crest's origin point has been erased too.
That's not a problem. We have the Carpenterian, right? Let's just revive Crest's origin point as well.
Yes, exactly. Crest's origin point is the holy ground of Balance Valley. In the future, a great temple will be built there. That's where all the sages will gather.
So that's where Crest will be. Let's get going.
Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Holly. I'm sorry to have left you so suddenly, but I have reasons that prevent me from staying with all of you. You might already have an idea of what those reasons are, but for me, the time we spent together was truly wonderful.
Holly!
Farewell, everyone. Stay happy and healthy. You will always be my one and only family.
Holly, how could you? How foolish of you. Human or butterfly, it doesn't matter. Holly's just Holly to us.
You knew?
Of course I knew. I could tell she wasn't human just by her scent. But if Holly chose to approach us as a human, that was perfectly fine too. We don't care so much for outer appearances anyway. By the way, Monica,
What?
we want to go with you two on your journey. What do you think?
Really? You want to? Of course! With your help, we'll be able to put the world back to normal in no time.
And so, our adventures in the forest came to an end. Holly, the mysterious woman who got lost in the forest, wasn't you, Mother. But for some reason, I wasn't surprised. I always felt you'd be at the end of this journey. Just about then, Borneo and the others finished clearing the rock from the tracks so the train could move on again. We set our sights on Balance Valley.